Good morning, Year 2. I'm Miss Critchley's spelling group. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started on today's rule. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at adding, after a short vowel and a consonant, the suffixes ed, and est. So, what do these words say? Do they make sense? Do they work? So we've got tip, and then it becomes tipped, but is that spelt correctly? Stop, and it becomes stopped. Pat becomes patted. No, there's something wrong. There's something not quite right here. So when you add a suffix starting with a vowel, so ed, er, ing, all of those words, you've got to double the consonant to protect lonely vowels if the vowel is short. So remember, our short sounds are a, e, I, o, a. Our 5 vowels, a, e, I, o, u. They make the short sound a, I, o, a. So if it's got, so if you look at the word tip, the I is in there, so the I is making the I sound, which means it's a short vowel, which means that before I add my ed, I have to double my consonant because it hasn't got a friend. There isn't 2 consonants after it. It hasn't got a friend in the diagraph, so I need to put double P in there. So tip will become tipped. Stop, I've got my lonely O. It hasn't got a friend in the vowel. It's a short vowel, O, not O, with a diagraph. And my P, there's no other letter with my P. So I need to double my P and then add ed to make stopped. And the last one, pat. Again, I've got my lonely vowel, a. It's not got a friend. It's a singular vowel. It's not in a diagraph. So we have to double the consonant, double that T before we add ed to make patted. Okay, right, so that's our rule today that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at that vowel. Is it on its own or is it part of a diagraph or part of a split? If it's not, have we got 2 consonants? If we haven't, we need to double. So what do these words say? Again, fit. It's got my lonely vowel, so it should be double T, fitter. Red, to become reddest. It's my E, it's a lonely vowel. It's not a diagraph, it's only got 1 D. So we need to double it to make reddest. And fat, again, we need to double to make fattest. So we have to double those vowels if they are lonely, if they are on their own, if they aren't part of a diagraph and they haven't got 2 consonants. Right, so examples. Patted, my lonely vowel a, doubled my T. Begged, B, E, my E is my lonely vowel. It's E, it's making not an E sound. It's not part of a diagraph and it only had 1 G, so it became begged. Dripped, you can see, wetter, thinner, biggest. What would these words say before they had the ed, the er, or the est suffix? What were they before? What were the root words? Pause and write them down. Okay, so before patted, it would have been pat and it would have just been P-A-T. Begged would have been beg. Dripped, drip. Wetter, wet. Thinner, thin. Biggest, big. Okay, they're the words you should have written down. And they wouldn't have had the double letters on the end. You would have just have had 1 of those consonants. So, have a go now at spelling these words. Have a look at them. Pat, rub, slap, and grim. And remember to double the consonant. And have a go at spelling those words. Off you go. Pause the screen now. Fantastic. So all of these letters have got a lonely vowel in them and they only have 1 consonant after them. So they all need to have had a double letter. So pat would become P-A-T-T-E-D for patted. Rubbed would be R-U-B-B-E-D for rubbed. Slap would become slapped and it would be S-L-A-P-P-E-D. And grinned would be G-R-I-N-N-E-D. Okay, they're all of the letters, all of the words and how they should be spelled. Okay, next one, have a go at this. We need to make mad and hot and slim and est, fat, flat and est. Off you go. Okay, well done. And again, we've got our lonely vowels in each of them. So have a little check, have a little go, pause if you need to. Okay, well done. So in mad, we've got our a all by itself. So we will have to double our D. So you should have 2 Ds in it. Again, in hot, to make hotter, we've got our lonely vowel, so we will have to double our T. Same with slim, we've got our lonely vowel I, so we will have to double our M. And flat, we've got our lonely vowel A, so we will have to double our T to make flattest. Right, check these ones now a little bit carefully. Do we need to double the consonant? Do we need to double the letter? Is the vowel part of a digraph, or does it have two consonants? Because if that's the case, we don't need to double. Off you go. Which ones will we have to double? Which ones will we not? Pause the screen. Okay, well done. So grab, we've got A, and it is A, it's making the A sound, and it's only got one B after it, so we will have to double. So grab should be G-R-A-B-B-E-D. Give it a tick if you got it right. Push, so it's is our digraph, or or U, but it has got two consonants after it, S and a H, so we don't need to double anything, we just add ED. Thin, it's got my lonely vowel I there, and we've got only one N after it, so we will have to double that N in thin to make thinner. Okay, and my last one, loudest. If I look at my ow sounds, my O and my U, they've got a friend, so they're not a lonely vowel, so we don't need to double anything, we just add est. Okay, well done everybody, thank you for that. And here are some words that follow these different kinds of that, follow the patterns, and you can see when these are the ones where we have to double, and these are the ones where we have to double for ER and est to make different words. Now, some consonants never double, so W, X, and Y. So if you see them in new, you don't need to double for that one, because W, X, and Y, we never double, we just add the suffix. But read back over your words and spec your mistakes. So does it say hotter or hoter? Which one is spelled properly, and check and see if you can write some of these words now, use doubling them and add in the suffixes on the end, and send your lists, and you can write some sentences too to our email address. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.